Welcome to the first ever episode of Under the Mountain podcast. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Frank.
And today we are going to be diving into the very first chapter of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. For anybody new, for anybody who is an ACOTAR fan, an ACOTAR hater, an ACOTAR curious,
ACOTAR adjacent even.
yeah, welcome.
Let's break down what we're going to do here.
You know, we are in cosplay today. I am Feyre, unnamed, ungendered.
I don't even know who that is
in
yet.
chapter 1, but here I am.
And I am that wolf, who I have to assume is more than just a wolf.
You might think so.
Yeah.
You might think so.
So we're a married couple, and we like books, literature, fantasy, nerdery, all that sort of stuff. This is our second podcast about books.
Yeah, that's true.
The first one being
Secret Confessor, Sword of Truth podcast. Feel free to look it up. Also a fantasy series, not anything like this one.
I wouldn't know, because I have not read this book at all.
Yes. I have read this book, and I have read the second book in this series, and those are the only two I've read. I read them over a year ago, so it's not like super...
It's been marinating for a bit.
It's definitely been marinating. It's not very recent, but it's also not that far in the past for me.
I have a vague idea of what I'm getting into just because of the world.
And I definitely did tell you a lot, but I don't know how much you retained.
We'll find out. I mean, I think this wolf is not just a wolf. That's as far as I've gotten.
Don't know if I told you that or you just picked up context clues.
Probably both.
Yeah. So in this podcast, we'll be going chapter by chapter, digging into doing a mix of themes, breakdowns, buffoonery.
A lot of buffoonery.
Criticism.
Yeah.
So I will say now. I will say it very seriously now.
Yes, let's lock in for this one.
If you love ACOTAR, by all means, stick around and see how it goes. We're not for sure going to be super fans. We are not for sure going to be like doing a love fest over here, okay?
No.
We're not going to be nice sometimes.
I've been known to not be nice.
That's part of this.
But that being said, we're gonna call it like we see it. You know what I mean?
No, there will be some love.
Gonna be
there will
shining
always
moments.
be some love.
Listen, there's a reason that this book is so loved. There's a reason that it has hit so many hearts and other places. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what those are.
Mostly the other places.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see what those are. There's going to be some good and some bad.
There will be good and bad.
So
I did not hate the series by any means. The two books that I read, did not love. For the uber fans, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch the flow there. It didn't get me like that.
Oh, maybe this time it will more. Maybe there'll be more to see.
I think what
seeing
will
it through my baby eyes,
right.
You know?
I think what will realistically happen is that I will both like it more because I'll like notice things like you said thematically. I'll notice the strengths, but I'll probably also hate it more because
That's
I'll
usually how these things
really
go.
think about some of the things I disliked.
Yeah,
and I'll probably hate them even more this time.
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
I'm excited,
and I'll just say it right now. We'll say it real fast and we'll say it real early. I'm not really a Tamlin hater. I'm kind of a Tamlin defender.
I don't know who that. I think he's got to be a fairy, right? One of the big guys.
I guess they're all big guys in the end.
One of the big, well, yeah.
I'm not on your team if you're like Rhysand is morally pure and Tamlin is not. I don't agree with you. So we're going to get into that.
Sounds like drama. Can't wait.
Exactly. It is. So we begin. Our nameless and genderless narrator.
I did notice that.
Which is really intriguing. When I read the book the first time, did not pick up on that.
Yeah.
I think I'm so curious, like, what Sarah J. Maas, she must have been intentional about it, but it's like, feels weird when you're like, it's marketed so distinctly as like, for women, a romance book that you're like, I don't know, was there realistically any part of them that thought we would be like, is this a boy?
Well, I guess
maybe
this could not be the narrator. This person could die in the first
You're
chapter.
Right. That is possible, but I don't know why I didn't know anything really. I mean, I like knew the general concept, but I went in and was like immediately like, that's her.
Yeah, and I thought it too, but I did appreciate the effort.
I kind of like,
yeah, no,
I honestly did kind of like it. We know it's Feyre, so I am just going to refer to her that way, but our nameless, genderless narrators, up in a tree in the frozen, wintry woods, waiting to spot an animal. And I thought that, generally speaking, this is a really good chapter, and I think it's a good first page even.
I agree. The first line, the forest had become a labyrinth of snow and ice.
It's nice.
It's nice. It sets it. This really does, and it's funny because our other podcast, the writing is tenuous sometimes, but the nature writing is usually very good. This was very good as well.
I don't know. People seem to be good at that. I don't think I'd be good at that, so
I don't know.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm curious.
How effortless everyone's finding
just
the poetics of nature.
Snow and the whirls and all that.
Yeah, did you like the first chapter?
There were things I definitely liked about it. It had a lot of strengths, especially as a first chapter, just introducing you to the tone. By the way, I haven't read past that, so that is something to note. I will not be reading beyond what we're talking about, so I don't know what the hell's coming. Yeah, no, I liked the first chapter. There were certain pain points for me where, like, certain bits of... You could have inserted things a little smoother or just left it for later. But that's mostly... Every book's going to have that. Yeah. Especially when you're going slow.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, given that I think I ended both books kind of with erring more on the distaste side. While I didn't think they were, like, horrible, I just ended... feeling very like whatever about it, and I was surprised to go back and be like, this first chapter is actually weirdly solid.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like the first page even just quickly introduces some stakes and the idea of Prythian, the fairylands, existing and being scary. When they mentioned that deer might wander into that area, I thought that all felt pretty natural. Yeah. And they said that no mortal would dare go there unless they had a death wish. And I was like, this is all just like a lot of good info to drop.
Yeah, I agree.
If I got that manuscript, I think I'd be like, oh, that's a good start to a story.
I don't know I don't know how much you can clean it up. It's pretty...
Yeah. So we learned that our narrator has been surviving for each week, day, and hour for years. So she's really been in it. She's been really rough in it. And she often hunts and she doesn't find food, and it's starting to get dark. And today she also has not found any food yet. So she's worried about getting home in the dark. And we introduce the idea that there are giant wolves on the prowl.
It's like the faeries apparently are truly terrible and horrendous, and they're not far. Yeah. And then now there are giant wolves.
It's not great.
It's not great. These woods are terribly scary, especially for what we soon will find out is a young girl hunter on her own with 3 arrows.
All very like fairy tale-esque, which will be a theme.
Really? That comes into things, fairies and fairy tales and...
Well, fairies obviously, but I just meant the fairy tale feel of it all. We have talked about this before, so I'm not telling you new information, but it's like... This is very based on Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, from what you've said, that makes perfect sense.
So it kind of like has that feel to it. And I'll say I'm absolutely a defender of Sarah in this instance, where I get really, really irritated by people saying like, "Oh my God, she copied Beauty and the Beast." It's like, no, she did. Like, Stop. It's a retelling. That's not the same thing. This is like very specifically.
Sure. No, I get it.
Like hardcore. I am retelling that tale. I just don't think it's a valid criticism. Like if I pick up a book that was like, I am attempting to retell, I don't know, some like Shakespeare, like Macbeth, and then I'm like, God damn it, it's just like Macbeth. It's like, well, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Whether you like it or not is another thing. I don't even love it really, because it is like it's a little boring, but I'm also like, that's not her fault. It's just the type of story she was telling.
Fair. Very true. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, it has this like girl in the woods, big monsters, fairies, everything feels really like classical fairy tale, I think.
I agree. And right away, the starvation is maybe
very
even the most dangerous thing. And yeah, absolutely that.
Right? I feel like the children, they're always starving.
They're so destitute.
Yeah.
3 stepsisters and that kind of thing. I guess usually
they're very stepsister coded.
Well,
you'll see.
One's clearly a bitch based on whatever she says.
Yeah,
so.
They're very... Well, yeah, one's a bitch, one's like helpless but nice, I guess, kind of. Yeah, you'll see. Whatever.
We'll get there. 3 forms of woman. Hunter, bitch, or helpless but nice.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
The archetypes. But yeah, she also mentions that there's strange folk around. tall, eerie, and deadly. I wasn't sure. I was like, are we like literally just describing...
Okay, yeah. So...
I don't know. I'm not sure.
There were a couple things like that where I'm like, are you talking about fairies? Are you talking about
a new thing?
Another thing? Are they related to the wolves? Did they tell you about the wolves? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if I am being stupid and just forgetting something really important.
That could be true. Yeah,
that might very well be the case.
So right now there's big people, big wolves, and fairies.
Fairies who are the
worst of all.
But they also might be the big people.
Maybe. Don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay.
So she's been living in her village for 8 years, 2 days away from the fairy border, and they have yet to be attacked by fairies. There were some rumors that other border towns were being like decimated, and the people used to say that it was hearsay, but now the rumors are coming about so often. So they think that this may in fact be the case, and they're a little concerned that maybe they'll be attacked, right? So her family ran out of food yesterday, and she remarks on how skinny, quote, gangly she has become. I feel like that is like such classic YA
young adult girl book coded.
Yeah,
100%,
it's like specifically
her
gangly.
spindly, gangly arms and her...
I don't really know what.
Still somehow beautiful hair, I'm sure.
It's like, yes, of course.
And multifaceted
nice
color
teeth.
eyes and that sort of thing.
I don't know. I guess it gives kind of like a prepubescent...
Sure. And that makes sense.
...feel to them.
Well, listen, wherever there's a border, there's a crossing over into adulthood.
Exactly.
So
right, exactly.
We're on the precipice of...
So, like, listen, her being all, like, gangly and whatever and skinny and childlike out here, and then when she goes over there, I think we all know she's going to plump up.
She's going to plump up.
So there's something about...
Okay.
Yeah, you know, like, I that's what I see it as, I guess.
And what comes after winter? We got spring.
Spring. I think she'll be going.
I think so too. Yeah.
Puberty, plumpy spring.
Arc with the fairy kings and queens of whatever and wherever.
Yes. She's walking through the forest reflecting on how her sisters will be sad when she returns without food. So you're like, wow, so much responsibility on this person's shoulders.
Yeah.
And then...
Now, I don't know yet. Is she the eldest?
I think no.
So why is she the only one hunting right now?
You know what? That'll be a really prevalent question that, like, there's...
What's Dad doing? Is he like an invalid? Like, is this like...
It's like that,
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory situation?
Why the sisters are not helping? You're never going to get really a satisfying
Can't they pick berries?
Answer
Can't they sew baskets? Can't
they kind of can do stuff like that. Why do they not go hunting? Just because they don't want to. I don't know. There's not really...
Oh. As one does when starving. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You just... I mean, maybe some people just lay there.
I'm going to starve to death before I help you hunting those woods.
Yeah, you'd think... Well, at least...
Fair,
and there's 2 of them. You'd think at least one of them would give it a go. I don't really feel like there's a totally good reasoning
and
given.
That is how the YA-ness of it all works.
Exactly.
Yeah. My sister's a bitch because she was born that way.
Oh, that's very... Well, no, actually, there's some... I don't know. It's like kind of like that, and then there's kind of some attempt to like...
What, justify it?
Justify it in a way. And then there's a whole book from her point of view that some people... It's very controversial. Honestly, want to read the series just to get to that book. Because number one, I am curious how she like will try to give her characterization given how like flat she feels through most of this. And then secondly, because apparently it's the horniest, most sex-filled book of them all.
Is that the most recent one?
I could not even tell you.
Okay. So the sister is a bitch, but it's only because she's so horny.
That's what I'm hearing. It could be that.
All right.
So anyway, I don't even know when she climbed down out of that tree, but at some point she did. She's walking around now. And then she puts herself in a cluster of brambles to watch a clearing. And she like kind of reflects on, there's like a little bit of world building here. She's thinking about how like when families are starving, sometimes they ask the wealthy families for handouts and like they never give it to them. And you're kind of like, okay, here's the class dynamics at play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't know. Like some small village towns might be like, we're all in it together. But this clearly has some sort of a wealth disparity going on.
Exactly.
You know, we'll find out how flushed out that is. But we're getting some immediately, which is kind of refreshing.
I know. Yeah. I was going to say, like, on some part of me wants to be like, it's not fleshed out that well, but given the other book series we're reading for our other podcast, it's fleshed out better than that. So
any amount. This one sentence kind of pushes it a little ahead. That's
already
rough.
Over the edge.
Yeah.
She forces herself to enjoy the beauty of the woods, and she thinks about how she used to be able to enjoy things. And then she mentions that she dreams of one day having enough money for food and paint. So we're introduced really early to the idea that Feyre loves
this girl
painting.
Is an artist.
Yes, she is.
But yeah, so she sets a beautiful scene, and now she reflects on how she wishes she can take it in and then, I guess, paint it, right? In her mind.
Yeah,
like, it's like the beauty of nature. I'd like to create art now, but I'm so poor.
Right. It doesn't specifically say, like, it's so beautiful, I want to paint it, but you get this sense the artist part of her is what is sad, that it can't enjoy a landscape or beauty anymore, right?
I just wanted to remark on the sparkling spindrifts. Kind of took me out a little bit.
Wait,
I don't know. There's certain times with alliteration, I'm just like, all right, calm down.
That did not bother me, I have to say.
There's a couple of instances of it in the first chapter just alone, so I'm like, all right, you can't do that too frequently.
Yeah, there are a lot of criticisms of her overusing certain words. I don't think sparkling spindrifts is one, but...
I hope not.
I don't think
that would be remarkable.
But no, that is like something people really dog on her about.
And yeah, when you're writing it at a certain age group, it's kind of difficult to...
I don't know. This is so odd in that I don't think it is YA.
Oh.
I don't think it was intended to be YA. They wanted to publish it as YA. Sarah J. Maas was like, oh, okay, you can do that if you don't take any of the sex scenes out.
Oh.
They agreed.
Okay.
But then a brand new category has been created that it technically falls under, which is called New Adult, which is supposed to be for those in the like
16 to,
or like 17 to like 20 something, early 20s demographic that kind of have a YA level
reading comp but have adult themes.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I do not tend to like books that fall into this category.
I can understand,
because I do feel very like, if we're dealing with the adult themes, I find something very jarring about there being sex, which I like in the stories, while the reading level feels really young and amateurish. I'm kind of like, I don't know, it like puts me off. I'm very like, okay, what? No.
We're being adults, let's be adults.
If we're being adults.
Give me a higher level of literature, give me just a little bit more effort. Don't treat me like I'm like going to my freshman year.
Yeah. And so we're definitely hovering in there. Like, I do get the appeal in the sense that it is very like easy and fun for your brain.
It's accessible and there's porn, so
exactly.
On
like
some
I
level,
do get
I
it.
understand.
I do. It's just like not my favorite, but anyway, yes. But if you, as you go, if you're like, oh well, that's so, because she's writing for children. It's like, no, she's like not though.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Then. Yeah, that's all right.
Whatever. Sparkling Spindrifts didn't take me out of it. So then she briefly, in her mind, as she's thinking, is thinking about how she has sex with this guy named Isaac Hale.
I liked this part.
Okay, I kind of do too. I like that she was allowed to like have a sexuality outside of this one big thing that's going to happen.
Yep.
It definitely gives her a certain amount of maturity and like life experience, so you don't feel like she's so like a baby, virginal baby going into this situation. I appreciate that. Although speaking on it, says those times were hungry and empty and somewhat cruel, but never lovely. So I'm like, well, what kind of sex do you have?
Never lonely.
Oh, lonely.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's what I wrote. It's between pages 1 and 9.
No, lovely.
Never lovely.
That's what it says.
Damn, that changes the whole...
I know, exactly.
Never lonely would have been nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I liked it for the reasons I'm saying, because even if she didn't love the sex, at least she's like, has some experience. But do you like it less now? Because I kind of had an issue with, not an issue, but like, I was kind of like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
They were hungry and empty and sometimes cruel, but never lovely. It's like...
Meaning because they were like hot and heavy? Like, it was never, like, sweet. I think that's what it's saying, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like we were both horny and we got rid of that feeling.
Yeah,
like,
maybe you're right. Because, like, yeah, we're going on that, like, survival theme, you know, where she's like, I'm just trying to get my next meal.
Keep grinding, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
She's
like,
on that
we all
Sigma
know
grind.
We all know about that life here. Us wolves know, you know?
Exactly.
We got to get that grind, right?
So she's having sex with Isaac. Like, it actually comes back up. It's like...
Isaac Hale comes back
yeah,
up?
Isaac's like somewhat in the beginning of the book, like
a character.
He just comes up again,
sure.
and it's like not overly negative as far as I remember, but
maybe the sex was though, you know. Maybe he's a selfish lover.
Maybe, yeah, exactly.
I do like, just before that, she's talking about quieting the relentless, vicious part of her mind, which I took in the beginning to mean her hunger, and then the way she describes her sexual hunger is very similar. So
wow, she's she's prepubescent, she's starving.
She's starving literally,
but
and like
metaphorically for
sex
dick.
As well. Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, and they're both primal urges, so she has a need
for sure
that she can't fulfill with food because she's poor and the woods.
Yeah,
and then she can't fulfill with boys like Isaac Hale in the barn because she needs big fairy dick.
That's like...
And no one has a big fairy dick around here.
We cracked the code.
That's it.
I think that's... But like, it's like funny, but I'm also like, I kind of think that's how it... I kind of think that's the point.
How it be. I mean, she said in the tone. I did like that.
She sees a deer arrive in the clearing. She thinks about how much food it's going to be and how they can use its skin for clothing. She's shaking. She's trying to set up her shot. And then she notices a pair of golden eyes. Luckily, our wolf head also has golden eyes. I was a little confused. Was the wolf next to her? In the bush next? It says adjacent to her. And so I was like, what is she? How is she seeing this? At first, I imagined it
across the clearing. That's what I pictured.
But that's not what adjacent means, right?
That's not what adjacent means, but maybe.
Just clarifying.
Maybe some confusion on the part of definitions came in.
Yes, she sees the golden eyes. I have one thing here that I'll say I don't really like. It says, quote, "We mortals no longer kept gods to worship, but if I had known their lost names, I would have prayed to them." I think this is like extremely lazy, setting up the precedent that they just don't have religion. So she does not have to world build that, a belief system ever. And I think it is completely unprecedented in the history of all humans to go somewhere where they go, sorry, we just lost all our gods and we never made any new belief system.
You would be right, yeah.
That's crazy and crazy. Not a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this was just like setting up like, I'm not doing that shit. Not doing it.
As a God-loving world builder myself, it's a lot of work, but that's insane.
Did that stick out to you?
Anthropologically, I just assumed I'd get more later. So
I think the fae and the fairies are like supposed to really
be the gods or something.
No, like not like I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, like anthropologically, no.
Okay.
But, like, they're gonna function as you, the reader. They're your gods, kind of.
Okay.
Or, like, they're so powerful. I think she almost, like, didn't want to create...
Well, listen, because you know what starts to happen? And this is a problem I've run into. The people need gods, right? They just do.
They at least
gods of nature,
give them
one god, whatever. What do the fairies believe in now? Now we gotta deal with the fairy pantheon. I know, you're right.
But give it to me. I'm sorry. I don't think you get to do that.
I mean, you do, because clearly you print money and nobody cared.
Quite literally, no one gave a fuck. But I'm giving a fuck.
I know. Well, here's the thing. And we are reading chapter by chapter. We're applying every filter we have. We're applying nerd filter. We're applying literature filter. We're applying religion filter. We're going to apply anthropological filter. There is no society on this planet that survived without some concept of deities and the natural order.
If you guys forgot...
you don't forget. You just make up new ones.
That's what I'm saying. If somehow, I don't know, everything got burnt, it was all burnt to the ground, and you had to build back up, you would just create new ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely meant to like instill some sort of hopelessness in the border town populace. Like they just don't even have the concept of gods because they're so quake. Why don't they move inward a little bit? Why don't we move away?
They probably talk about this.
All right,
maybe they touch on it.
I don't know.
They have to, I think.
There's no central church though. There's not like people inland.
Hello, we mortals no longer.
We mortals.
Oh, but so maybe the Fae...
Maybe the Fae got gods. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
I don't remember it.
Damn. I feel like their gods are going to be like...
maybe.
I got to look at this map more, too. I got to see what
There's not much going on.
It's just like
I'll put it
fairy
up here.
world.
There's not much happening.
I'm reacting how I'd react if it was up there right now. Ah. She should have done more with this area right here.
Well, why don't you look at it? Just Google it.
You're right. Oh, yeah. First village is right here. Why are the Mortal Lands so small? Because they got nothing here. Wait, no, it's just that much. It's just this much of the map?
They're like little poppers to these.
And the Fae got all this, and then whatever the fuck Highburn is.
We'll get into that in the second book.
I love that each court just has a country.
Yes.
That's crazy. You got on the sea at some point?
I didn't get that far.
Huh.
I just was not satisfied with that explanation. Like I said, there's just absolutely no precedent for people just being like, gods, forgot them, who cares? I don't like it. So you just didn't even, but you also like didn't have to say anything. I wouldn't have thought of it.
She wanted you to lock in immediately. Like, don't expect that shit. Yeah. It's not coming. I did not invest in that.
And I guess if you're a certain type of reader who's like, and I don't want to think about that, then maybe that was good news. So the wolf in the bushes is enormous. It's unnaturally quiet. And it's going to go after the doe. And she wonders, perhaps, is this wolf from Prythia? Prythia?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Prythian.
Is this wolf from Prythian? That sounds kind of weird and unnatural to say.
Well, I guess it's an unnatural place, so maybe that's what she was going for.
And is this wolf a fairy? So we're kind of introduced the idea that either the fairies can shapeshift, or the fairies are a multitude of things.
Yes.
Right? And the answer is both. Yes.
As one expects. Right. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of things going on.
So she's like, it's really bad if that's a fairy or a fairy wolf. And she's like, I might be doing everyone a favor if I kill that thing. We learn that she has one special arrow carved from mountain ash with an iron head. And everybody knew from infancy that fairies hated iron, but it was actually the ash wood that would make their immortal healing magic falter long enough that you could make a killing blow on them. Don't know how much of this is based in like folklore, but
the iron definitely is cool. Any supernatural creature doesn't like iron.
I'm Googling if fairies don't like ash, and the British Fairies WordPress says the fairies will protect an ash tree, but they are also repelled by it. I don't know what we're referring to, but like a lot of these results are talking about ACOTAR. Pretty much every single one.
So she could have made it up.
Like it was like it's very like vampire-esque, the whole setup here.
Yeah,
of like big, scary, tall men who want to eat you and come and attack you. And there are these...
And they heal unless you have special penetrating
Yes,
wood.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. I was like, oh, they're very vampire-coded.
And if I know anything about the female subspecies of human, they like vampires.
They do.
They do.
And they like this too, obviously.
Yes, they do.
We just like that thing.
I know. You can put any skin on it you want.
It's a really potent symbolic journey.
Yep.
It's a really potent sexual symbol. I do also like it. That's why I read it in the first place.
Yeah.
But did I want to deal with the YA of it all and the every other things of it all to get that nugget? I just don't know. So
it's also saying this wolf is pony-sized? If I have 3 arrows, I am not shooting at a pony-sized wolf. No matter how good I am. Even a regular wolf, I don't know if I'm taking the shot.
But I thought it was interesting that no one is actually sure if the ash wood thing is true. There are very few ash trees available because the High Fae burnt them long ago, which naturally would make you think that it probably is true.
That makes me think it's true.
Why else would you do that?
So the High Fae, I mean, we don't know, but is the High Fae an organization or a governing body? Or is there a High Fae man walking around? Or...
No, it's not a singular man.
So it's a bunch of entities that are High Fae.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which, sure.
Yeah. And I'm curious how much, like, now rereading it, how much of this, like, precedent for how the humans feel about the fairies and the way they, like, engage and or lack of engagement that they're having. I don't remember if this, like, actually feels right once we dig into the story. They seem to have very little information about the Fae.
Yeah.
For people on the border.
They don't have information about their gods. They don't have information about the Fae. They just hate them.
I guess I was just like, y'all ever, like, anybody ever seen one? Like, they're coming out and, like, killing all these people. Like, why is there such a void of information?
Like clearly a power disparity, right? Like,
yeah, well, yes,
you can't mess with them, and no one's going in there.
Sure.
So if the only time they come out, they destroy the whole village, you don't learn anything.
One guy didn't get out and say, like,
that's how good they are.
That's
what part of Splinters and Blood and Bones did you not understand?
I guess you're right.
They're leaving bones.
Yeah. So yeah, she decides to use the arrow, and she thinks that, like, her life is going to be over if the wolf is not alone. Maybe there's other wolves around. She thinks, good riddance if it's a fairy. After all their kind has done to us, I'd be glad to end them. And that goes back to you saying, like, well, why do the humans have so little land? And it's like, that's true.
All right, yeah, I guess so.
So then the wolf snaps a twig as it's going, and the doe notices. And then she says, like, oh, at least he's alone, like the wolf. And I was like, when did we determine that? 3 seconds ago, we were questioning it. I don't know why she came to that conclusion, but she did. And she's like, great, he's alone, I'm going to kill him. And so then the wolf is going for the doe, and she shoots the arrow and hits the wolf in its side. And so the wolf turns and looks at her, and it says, he looked with a sort of awareness and surprise that made her fire the second arrow, which he doesn't move when she does this, and it goes right through his eye.
Didn't expect a little girl with a magic arrow, did you? No.
Or did he?
Or did he? What? What are you saying?
I don't know what I'm saying.
He expected it? Did he sell her the arrow? Was this a suicide wish?
I guess we'll see.
What the fuck?
I guess we'll see.
What twists and turns are we about to take here?
So he's slowly dying, and she carefully approaches, and she's like, you know what? I think that is just a wolf. Again, I don't know where these... I don't know. I guess it's just her feeling. She looked at it, she said, looks like a wolf. The doe is also dead, and she decides she can... because he attacked it, and she's like, okay, I can only bring one of these home with me. And so she skins the wolf, and she uses that to wrap the doe in, and she lifts it up.
I like that. It seemed practical. Too. It wasn't over-explained.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agreed. And she looks back at the wolf, and his remaining golden eye now stared at the snow-heavy sky, and for a moment, she wished she had it in her to feel remorse for the dead thing, but this was the forest, and it was winter. I like that line.
I like that line,
too.
Yeah,
I was like, that's nice. I like it. I like the description. I do like the, like, focus on the golden eye of the wolf.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving, like, Edgar Allan Poe.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of like you just signed your own... like, whatever happens to you next is your fault. Like, it's staring at you.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's the end of the first chapter, which, again, I think is, like, a pretty... I mean, we had our couple of things, but I think it's a good chapter.
Solid.
Good start.
I'm excited. It can only go up from here.
Would you like to offer any predictions before we get further into the story?
Yeah, so my predictions are... Feyre, is that her name? Feyre is going to... She's obviously going in.
But you gotta, like, be truthful about, like, what you just kind of know for real.
Like, I know she gets pseudo-kidnapped a la Beauty and the Beast. So she's going in that Thorns and Roses court of sorts. So probably spring court.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's going to the spring court. She doesn't like to read, I'm assuming, because she likes to paint. So that's going to be her belle arc. She's going to be painting. I don't know what my predictions can be. I don't know what it's like in there, you know?
What do you think it's like?
I think she's going to get railed by a big ferryman.
Okay.
I think she's going to make friends with all sorts of little ferrymen. I think this is going to be... I know you told me there's bad monster-y fairies that are trying to, like, kidnap her on the castle grounds or whatever.
Sort of, yeah.
There's the bat dude who may or may not show up in the first book. He does?
I won't.
Okay.
Who knows?
Bat guy who is bad, then becomes good and is extra hot because he's bat guy. Which is even getting closer to it being a vampire, just for real,
That's
for real.
True, yeah.
I do like the take of taking the vampirism and making it a little bit more animalistic, like a boar or a bear or something, instead of just straight bat.
What are you referring to?
Like, don't they wear masks and shit? Like a fox mask or something? Like, aren't they, like, animal coded?
Sort of. But that's like, I think you're mixing up a lot of things.
I don't know. I don't know what I got coming for me. I'm just...
They are wearing masks. You're right.
Okay.
Which means we too will be wearing masks soon.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah. All right. So thorns and roses probably are more of a metaphor than anything else. Yeah, about the pain and the pleasure of love.
Yeah, but I mean, he like has a nice garden, so you could think of it that way.
There will be balls. We're dancing. But she's like awkward and doesn't love dancing because she's like a poor girl. But then she becomes the best girl at the ball.
There's really, I don't think there's like festival.
Okay. Are we dancing?
At some point. Okay. But like not often.
Does everyone want to marry her? Does everyone want to breed with her?
Yeah.
So those are my predictions. She's gonna be like cocaine to these fae for some reason, because of her bloodline or her latent fairy power or who knows what.
Yeah.
They're just gonna love dicking her down, and she's gonna learn to love it too. And this is gonna be the thing she was missing. I don't know. We could go anywhere. I have no idea what this is gonna be.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know how we're gonna end up doing this with the chapters, but like. I find the first 60% of this, with the exception of like a couple of pops of action, is very dull and drags on for a long time.
Well, I didn't expect that. Okay.
Are going to have to make this sort of entertaining in some way because, man, it is an empty shell of a location once we've entered.
That's a shame.
It is.
You have the whole fucking court.
And then there's going to be a like reason for that, but you're like, as the reader, I don't fucking care. It was still boring.
We don't have like bubblegum waterfalls. This isn't like Willy Wonka's Paradise going on.
No, it's very beautiful, but like
no, I mean, is it weird?
What do you mean?
Fae shit's gotta be weird.
No, it is not. No, don't have that expectation.
Come on.
It's not weird at all.
I want like honey flying into the sky. I want like bees that are your best friend. I want like
I don't know what that's not what I was imagining.
Well,
but it is kind of boring.
So bad expectation. All right.
It's just really nice.
Okay, so as long as the Dickens good, then
there ain't that much of that either. So giddy up, get ready. Don't expect too much, okay?
Wow.
That's the thing. Like,
I feel like I've been misled.
Yeah, these ladies out here, I'm so sorry, but everybody's out here hyping up like the most bare minimum sex scenes and just not very much sexy. Like, it's just not that horny.
Is she coming?
At some point.
That's not good. At some point she be coming? She's not like coming a lot? She should have stayed in the Bard with Hale or whatever his name was.
Isaac.
No,
it's not. Like, that's my thing. I'm like, for how much it sort of asks of me in the way of like boringness, it doesn't give me back all horniness. That much. All right, like, so like sex and whatever.
Are we getting weird sex? Or are we getting like straight fairy missionary?
Think more that one.
Damn.
It's not that exciting.
I'm not getting like thorn vine bondage sort of stuff.
Oh my god. Jesus, no.
Okay. All right, listen.
Absolutely not.
All right, I'm in. I'll be quiet and sit on the ship and sail into the Prythian harbor.
Don't think that it's going to be that jazzy.
Okay.
Not so much is what I'll say. But
okay.
You know what? New adult. If you are like 19, okay, yeah, what do you have to compare it to?
You're right.
Don't expect much, but apparently the sex in the book with the sister is the freakier one.
I hope that's not the very last of 30 books or something.
It's towards the end.
Cool. This was fun.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably tackle more than one chapter going forward because they don't seem that thick. Is Tamlin thick?
He's a beefy boy.
He's a beefy boy?
He's a beefy boy. All That's why I like him.
All right.
On first
And he's
glance.
Bringing things to Pound Town with his beef?
No, I don't know. It's really...
Okay.
There's like one scene that's like got a little pizzazz to it, but everybody is going to use that scene to be like, that's why he's a bad guy. So...
Oh, when he was actually hot? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I don't know. We could sit here and
it
I'm sure we
when
will.
The time comes.
At fucking length, so get ready. Yeah. Are there cougary types?
There is a villainess in this book.
Villainess?
Who she is nobody's gonna like my take, but she's and she's under the mountain.
Okay.
And
so that's what that is. All right.
I do like her, despite, we're going to give her...
Is she definitively the bad guy?
Oh, yeah, she's bad.
Hell yeah.
She's definitely bad.
And but, like, Disney villain bad? Like, they made her hot, too?
She definitely is sexy.
Is she gay?
No.
Oh.
Not really.
Sorry.
I don't feel like she has any sapphic energy,
okay.
But okay, she is bad, and then she's going to give her
don't spoil
an act, a quality, a thing she did that's gonna make her irredeemable.
Okay.
As one does. It is very Terry.
Yeah.
And when I say Terry, when we say these things, the other podcast, Secret Confessor, Sword of Truth podcast, the author is Terry Goodkind. It has Terry, how Terry slaps on
just a little adjective that is like pedophile.
Yes, exactly.
It's like that.
Precisely.
Excellent. All
but
right.
taking that out of it, can I sexualize her? Absolutely. And I will.
And so will I. If she's big and bad. All right.
I don't think she's that big, though. So
I mean, she's big in her badness.
She's curvy.
She's buxom? Under the Mountain Mommy Milkers? Is that what you're talking about right now?
It's possible.
I'm in. I'm locked in.
Yeah, so that's what we have to look forward to.
Well, I hope you guys had fun
yes.
for our first episode of Under the Mountain Pod. And
yeah, let us know. Tell us if you are here as a lover, as a hater, as a neutral, as a mixed.
Or if you're like me. A newbie.
Please join us on this journey. Would love to hear your thoughts as we go. Please try not to explicitly spoil things for Frank so he can remain. I would
greatly appreciate it. I would like to remain a babe in the woods, unknowing.
Right.
As to the terrors that await the golden-eyed, frightening beasts coming my way.
But yeah, we would love to know what angle you're approaching this from. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.